Welcome to this old shop. Today we're going to calibrate a test gauge on a gauge comparator, which is basically a pump with a digital gauge, and you compare the two. Okay. So the gauge under test is this Weka test gauge, 0 to 3,000 psi, and it's 0.25% of span or full scale. Okay. Our standard is a crystal 5,000 psi digital test gauge. For all intents and purposes, the basic accuracy is 0.1% of reading. So each reading, that's the accuracy, not full scale. So if we're at 3,000 psi times 0.25%, so this can be plus or minus 7.5 psi. Okay. So the first thing you'll notice is it's off 0. With this mirror, you're supposed to line it up till the needle disappears, but as you can tell, I'm at 0 on my pump, and it's off 0. But we'll go ahead and test it just for fun, anyways, and show you how to adjust it. So our first point is going to be, I believe, 750. Yeah, 750, 1500, 2. Let's see. 7.75 equals 2250 and 3,000. Okay. So let's start at the 750 mark. So we're going to take this to 750 psi and compare it against a test gauge. It's probably hard to see, but once I line it up, right there 750. And if you look at here, we're about 695. Okay. Now let's take it up to 1500. Okay. So at 1500, we're at 1457. Now the next point is 2250. Right about there. So I'm at 2205. Next point is 3,000 psi, full scale. Do my fine adjustment here. Which is right about there. 3,000 psi. I'm at 2952. So, if you look at my sheet of paper over here, here's our tolerance, plus or minus 7.5. Okay, so here, this 7.5 psi plus or minus, that's our tolerance, okay? How far off it can be at any reading. Here's the test point, 750, 1500, 2250, and 3000. If you can read my handwriting, it's pretty horrible. Now here's what we actually got, okay? So 695 is, that's 55 low, right? It's way out. The next test point, 43. 45. 48. So we're hovering around. That's how far off we are. Now we take it to 0 and look at the gauge. We're off by 1, 2, 3, right around 50. So in this case, we would take this and adjust it down. See if I can do it here from this angle. A little bit too much. And of course I'm trying to line it up on this mirror so I make sure I have it right. This part can get tedious. Almost. I think that's right about there. Let me double check from a different angle. Okay, that looks pretty good, right? Okay. So we'll run up to one point just to show you what that did. Now there's other adjustments. This is just really basic. I'm not showing you absolutely everything. So let's go to 1500. Nice, easy number. So we were at 1457 the first run. Right about there. So over here, 1490. We got a little leak somewhere. Let me tighten this. Okay, 14. Oh, of course it starts leaking somewhere. So we're about 1499. Okay. So that's 1 psi difference, which is well within the 7.5 psi. All right. So that's not a total calibration. I'm just showing you the basics here. Okay. There's span adjustments. You can vent it. There's a mid-range adjustment, a sector adjustment. We didn't have to do all that. Maybe I'll make another video about that some other time. So that's the basics of how a comparator works. Okay. A little bit about the comparator down here. So you got a couple controls. There's two. This is just a big tank. These are check valves. Here's the pump. This is your fine and your coarse. Excuse me. That's your high and low volume. Your on/off over here, and this is your fine and your fine adjustment. So you close this valve to lock the pressure, and you pump it up, and then you fine tune it in. And once you hit about 400 or 500 psi, it gets hard to pump because of all the pressure. So you pop the low volume in, and it makes it easier to pump up the higher pressure. So that's pretty much it for this. How comparator works. If you got any questions, leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. And be looking for some more videos. Thanks for watching.